There is a podcast about an island in the North Atlantic where people have been looking for an incredible treasure for more than 200 years.
Hello and welcome back to Could It Be, an Oak Island podcast. We are your hosts, Deidre and Dustin White.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Wow, exciting week.
Yes, crazy stuff happening on Oak Island and in the world of treasure hunting.
Oh man, ain't that the truth? Should we start with the world of treasure hunting before we dive on into deep?
Might as well. It's all that's been on my mind for the past, 12 hours plus. So
Yeah, about 12 hours, a little bit more than that. So
yeah, a little bit more.
As most of you know, we are obviously super into treasure hunting, and one of the main ones that we work on and we've spent a lot of time with, one of those particular treasures has been rumored to be unearthed.
Yeah, it's for this treasure hunt called The Secret, and that, just a brief overview, is back in the early 1980s, an author and editor of this book, his name's Byron Price, buried 12 treasures across North America. To date, only 2 have been confirmed as found. One more may have been found on Monday at Golden Gate Park in San Francisco.
It is just... I mean, that one's definitely one we've spent a lot of time with, but to think that one hasn't come out of the ground since...
2004.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time. 15 years.
That is just
nearly
absolutely
15 years.
And this would be the first one coming out of the ground since the author has passed away.
Yeah. So it's just a roller coaster of emotions for everybody involved. We're not sure. I said it's just a speculation right now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody announced that they had found it. There has been confirmation by Golden Gate Park officials that something has been unearthed, but there are no pictures available yet. So that is kind of a red flag, but we're just playing a wait and see kind of game right now.
Yeah, what the park ranger say, that a box was unearthed and they are trying to confirm if it is indeed the treasure that everybody's been looking for. That being said, there was a pretty big earthquake since then, so the thing might be in pieces.
It could be, or could be fully intact. We won't know until we see some pictures.
Could it be?
Could it be
a piece of pottery?
Yes.
You never know.
Actually, it's called a cask, okay?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still like a piece of pottery, like, they're pulling out of the money pit.
Sure. Not exactly the same.
I'm trying to draw parallels here. I know it's a little newer than...
It's old, but it's not that old.
That is very true.
Yeah, so anyway, if it's a legitimate find, we're happy for the finder. It's really cool for the treasure hunting community.
It is.
If it's a hoax, that's kind of messed up.
that would be mean.
It's just weird that we haven't seen any pictures yet. This person posted on a forum online called questfortreasure.co.uk. That's the address for it anyway, but it's called Quest for Treasure, that he found it and he will post pictures this weekend. Well, this weekend's kind of still a long ways away. We're recording this on
Wednesday.
Yeah, we're recording this on Wednesday right now. So
it's okay. I think it's very possibly legitimate.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
The guy that found it is apparently a very famous treasure hunter out of Europe.
Mm-hmm. And
his name is Gerald Gay. He has posted that he has found at least, more than 30 treasures in Europe, so in France and England, that people have purposely hid and given clues to their whereabouts, and he's been successful many, many times. If this is the same person, like we said, we haven't had any pictures or videos confirmation that this is the person. Could just, for all we know, be somebody using his name and making up a big joke, but it seems like it could be a thing, so
it definitely does.
If it is, congratulations to Gerald. If not, then we'll see what happens this weekend.
Yeah, then that's unfortunate for, the whole community. But
yeah, well, we've seen our share of hoaxes with these treasure hunts.
We have.
Everybody likes to get a reaction out of the community saying, "Oh, I found it," with no proof.
Yes, but at this point, It seems genuine. I'm having hope in people and faith, and we'll see. Anyways, we'll keep you posted on the when we record next, I guess.
Yes. Anything else? Or we go onto Oak Island?
I think we should go on to Oak Island because this was quite a roller coaster of a week.
Yeah, lots happening.
Yeah, I would agree. So, what? We start in Smith's Cove?
If you'd like.
Unless you have somewhere else you want to start?
No, we could just talk about what's going on at the Money Pit.
Ugh, that's true. You mean...
It's kind of the big story.
The fact that it's becoming a big money hole.
Yeah, it's like...
Gaping
it's kind
crater.
of disappearing. It's getting sucked back into the earth.
Well, it's like the meme that we see all over Facebook, right? Look, we've seen wood on Oak Island. It's like this giant.
Yeah, it says like Marty, I found a piece of wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is about to happen naturally.
It looks like a giant sinkhole. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is legit. Mm-hmm. This is something that's happening on the island. Mm-hmm. It's kind of scary and kind of sad.
It is.
I'm sure they have. This happened months ago, and I'm sure they've done a lot of thinking of what they can do to continue. But it's kind of a blow.
It is. I like we get a shot of the oscillator in the can. All of a sudden, we've seen that iconic thing where it like just drops and and everybody's worried. And everybody's sticking their head under there. What is Rick doing sticking his head under there without a helmet at least?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a big deal at first, but after seeing the whole episode and kind of knowing what happens the following day, how much more that hole has widened. Because we watched it a second time, and I was thinking to myself, okay, Rick, get your head out of there. Exactly. I know what happens to this thing, and that hole is kind of eating the ground around it, It's
got all this weight on it, like the thought of how heavy that oscillator is and the ground giving way under it. Okay, I get it. Yeah. A hard hat is not going to do
a whole lot.
Yes, but I would feel a little better.
I just think he should get his head out of it completely.
Yes.
Not even, who cares about a hard hat at that point?
But it's in his nature.
It is in his nature.
I mean, we did see him put on a harness and go out in the middle of the night after getting a call from Charles Barkhouse to check it out. He puts on a harness to go out there, no helmet, but puts on a harness in case the ground gives way. And it does.
Yeah, a little bit. And it continued all, throughout the night. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, Vanessa, they had said that it was about 18 inches deep at the first part when we see it opening. Mm-hmm. And then by the end of the episode, it's 8 feet deep by 11 feet wide.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, it ended kind of with Rick saying we need to get the engineer out here to render an opinion. I hope the engineer has good news for them because I don't know what they can do, but...
I hope the engineer has good news, but he also says we're not going to do anything... we're going to be careful. This is real danger. And I'm be like, you did not see your brother out there last night. He was not doing good things, not smart things. He's not being wise about it. Get away from the edge. That is not, no.
You know what? Rick likes to take things to the edge.
Rick is about to fall into the edge. It's like Marty says.
Over the edge?
Over the edge. He's like, I'm afraid we're all going to be standing here and disappear. And I'm like, yeah, you are. Back away.
Yeah.
I was even worried when they drive up in the Suburban or whatever they're driving.
I think it's a Yukon.
Yukon. When they pull up in the Yukon, I was like, why is everybody parked so close? Back away.
It's not that close.
Get out of there.
Yeah. Well, before you really go into the edge. This is just kind of a crazy episode. It's unlike anything we've seen before. Hopefully they have some sort of workaround or solution. I hope it doesn't come to this, but who knows? It might have to go back to the Dunfield strategy of digging a 100-foot wide hole all the way down to hopefully get to the bottom of the money pit. They have the means to do so, now do a better job with that than they did in the 70s. So I don't know.
I think it's going to do it to itself at this point. They're going to...
Not quite. I don't think
Close enough. Yeah, so we'll see what the engineer says. They also said they're going to keep hammer grabbing and stop oscillating because, that's safer. And something seems not very delicate about hammer grabbing.
Well, that was before the hole really opened up to, 8 feet deep and 11 feet wide, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably reconsidered that afterward.
Okay. Yes, that is true. But I saw someone, right, on the live tweets, what is Charles doing out there sneaking around at night?
Yeah.
And it made me laugh.
Yeah, well, what do you think he was doing?
Yeah, he's
making sure the secret stays secret.
That's right. He probably went and bought some dynamite at the corner store and threw it on in there.
Well, Dave Blankenship apparently used to do that back in the day, right?
I know, that's what I keep thinking about is all the holes they've put down there. So, of course, we know there's voids. They're going to collapse in on each other. We know this whole thing is already collapsed in on itself before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but way back in the day.
And then if you're putting that many holes in, eventually there's going to be not enough support because there's all these vacant caverns.
Yeah.
Well,
there's also some structure down there too. You noted all of the little tiny, the boreholes that you could see behind, where the dirt had fallen away. You could see them kind of in the wall of the hole all around. I think they're probably like big, like 5-inch PVC pipe or something.
Are they that big?
Maybe not. I don't know.
I thought they were.
That's from when they did the grid last year, right?
Yeah, when they did the grid, and at least that's what I'm assuming. We'd have to ask them naturally, but it is like Swiss cheese. There's lots of holes everywhere. We've got really heavy equipment on it.
Yeah, when Vanessa was saying it was like Swiss cheese, it almost felt like she was saying, this isn't our fault, guys.
It did feel like that. I would totally agree.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they're going to hold her responsible, though.
No, but if they were concerned about this coming in and the amount of holes, because I would assume they'd have all that information, they should definitely say something up front, like, hey guys, the integrity here might be an issue because, well, look at all the dynamite that we've put all over the place and shaken things up over the years and put holes in the ground, and I don't know, it's a little crazy.
That it is.
And they hammer grabbing, they're looking through the spoils. How about the guy that pulls out the big old piece of pottery is like, this looks like plastic, and is like banging it on the side. Like, you're gonna break it. He's like, that's a giant piece of pottery. What if the guy would have shattered it?
That would have been kind of a bummer. He would have been fired.
You're out of here. Got voted off the island.
Yeah, Marty would have been like, let's get back to work, except for you. Get out of here.
Except for you. You're not allowed to work here anymore.
Marty's always a fan of telling everybody to get back to work.
He is. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Get back to work.
Yep, so crazy stuff. Like you were saying, more stuff coming out of the money pit from earlier in the episode, but it was funny when they kind of got some results of other things that have been pulling out of H8.
Yeah, all the spoils they had looked through, and they sent him off to St. Mary's.
Dr. Brousseau?
Yes, Dr. Brousseau, and she's like, okay, I'll tell you what all this stuff is that you sent me. What were some of your favorites?
The saddest one was Dan's bone got taken away from him.
Did it get taken away? Well, or did we turn it into something else like magic?
Well, Dan's slag? Is that what it is now?
Yes, Dan's slag.
I guess that's the next hashtag for the
hashtag episode. Dan's slag. No, man, Dan's bone was way better.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But yeah, that was kind of disappointing that it wasn't bone, but at least it wasn't bark.
Yeah, I was completely wrong. I during the episode when they talked about Dan's bone the first time, I had said the only reason they're bringing it up is because they do some testing and find that it is a bone. But nope.
Nope. Dem bones, not bones. Dem bones as metal slag. Is it a blacksmithing area? Not underground.
Not 160 feet underground. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. And then we also had the leather that turned out to not be leather.
Jack looked a little crushed.
Yeah. I would be too. That's a bummer.
So the leather, not leather.
Mm-hmm.
Leather equals bark. She's like, this is definitely, what'd she call it? Cellulose, probably. Yeah. Plant matter.
Or more wood.
Here's some more wood, guys. So that's probably bark, but good try. That's why they have experts, or else we're going to claim everything as bone and leather.
Well, I guess this really proves Jack isn't really an archaeologist.
He's not. Maybe he's working on his apprenticeship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, he should be chilling with Laird all the time then.
That's true. So he needs to go back to Smith's Cove, I guess.
Yeah, that's where Laird's been hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Huh? There's the dark colored paper that she mentions is more contaminated than the paper that has the red line on it. But
yep, and there's a lot more of it.
There is a lot more of it.
Very dark.
Very dark.
And then they do take it to be examined.
It's examined, but so is the red paper, which she mentions looks like it's more made of linen, so it's a rag paper. That was something new I learned.
Yep, I never heard of rag paper.
Not till today, or a couple days. I mean, yesterday. Whatever day it is.
Definitely yesterday.
Okay, so my days are blending together a little bit. That's a thing.
That's okay.
Speaking of...
You are recovering from a head injury still, so...
Yeah. Hey, I'm doing a lot better. I'm only a little sore. I can actually wear my headphones today. And...
Yeah, when I hold up 2 fingers, you only see 3 instead of 5, so...
He's making fun of me, guys. He's mean. Back to what I was saying.
Sorry.
Is they take the paper to get tested. Well, further examined is when they go back to Halifax.
Yeah, they go to the book bindery, right?
Yes, which is now the art school.
Exactly, and they have, I don't remember his name, I'm so sorry.
Joe.
Yeah, okay, Joe.
Joe Landry.
Okay, well, look at you.
Yep.
They get him to really examine it, and then he recommends further testing under a microscope. I don't know where they went for that.
They went back over to St. Mary's to do that.
Okay.
But when
Joe went with them.
And Joe met them there. What I thought was interesting is when they were at the art college, that he suggested re-wetting it to try to...
unfold it?
And he makes his apprentice or whoever open it. But that the dark colored paper seems to be adhered together or have something to be adhered to. And he mentions that dark coloring paper could be, what do you call it, end pieces?
I'm not sure. I didn't hear that.
So like at the end of like your Harry Potter book, for example, you would see the colored paper on the inside.
You mean like on the inside cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Between the cover and like that front page there or whatever, but it's a different color.
Like page 0?
Yeah, I guess page 0 is a good way to put it. The origin point.
Sure.
The point of beginning. That point. Could be that. It could be, maybe it's a map that's glued together because...
Well, maybe it's your scroll or some kind of scroll binding.
Scroll bind...
You know, actually, a lot of scrolls were sealed with like a wax seal back in the day, right?
No, I guess it could be.
I don't know.
I never thought of that, but because the way I was kind of envisioning it, like what I was saying, those beginning pages in a book. But then what we were saying before when we went to St. Mary's and they talk with Joe. And Ferguson?
No, Fergus.
Fergus. Here it is. They go back to St. Mary's, talk to Joe and Fergus, and...
Cool name, by the way, huh?
It is a cool name. Why is everybody making fun of his name?
Yeah, a lot of people were making fun of it on Twitter, huh?
Fergus, I don't think that's any weirder than Deidre.
It's unique.
It is unique.
It's
he probably
fine.
Spells it how it sounds.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mr. Laptech, they give the paper to him and get to first... What is it? Is it the dark one they start with?
I don't recall. Sure.
No, it's not because they're looking at the red piece of paper.
Okay.
So they start with 100 times magnification view of it.
Yeah.
And then they mention that it's a ripped piece of paper, so it's not like you're really getting an idea of what the document originally looked like. And then we look at the 100 time magnification. They talk about it being like crystalline, which I'm assuming is a result of it being underground for so long, or does that have to do with the type of pigment that they're talking about?
That's a good question. Maybe if we get that interview with Doug, we can ask him about it.
We could probably Google it too. We'd be able to figure it out. The red substance, who is it? Joe says medieval, and he says cinnabar.
Could be. That'd be great. That'd be really cool.
Between 1300 and 1600.
It's strange though, because when Dr. Brousseau was taking a look at the darker paper, she said
1890?
Yeah, 1890s
or earlier.
Or earlier. Okay, so 1890s or earlier. That is a far cry from what they were talking about under the microscope.
But that was a different piece of paper. Right now we're talking about the one with cinnabar.
Oh, I thought we were talking about both.
The one with that's where he's mentioning the cinnabar, and the one they're looking at under the microscope, that's the lighter colored one, is the 13 to 1600 medieval, okay. I thought.
Okay, yeah. But what did they say about the dark one? Did they give a time range for that one?
Yeah, that was the one between 1890 or before.
I know, but the second guy looking under the microscope, did he give an opinion on the darker paper?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
That's where our confusion was.
That is the confusion. But yes, I remember them saying medieval for the lighter piece of paper.
Yes.
That's cool. I hope that's a thing.
Cinnabar? Could it be?
Sure.
Could it be a Cinnabon? Like a cinnamon roll?
That sounds good.
That does sound
Not in my diet right now, though.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I'll have to secretly eat one without you.
Oh, goody.
Okay, what else?
Share with one of the kids.
Nah. Nah, I don't want to share.
Okay. You're the mean one.
Yep. I might as well stick to my reputation. How about when they meet over at, like, the Oak Island boating area? What is that called? Marina.
The Oak Island boating area.
Obviously, you can tell I spend a lot of time on a boat. Or not. Yeah,
I thought they were going to actually finally get Alex, in the scuba gear to go look for an anchor, but this was the episode where they think they may have discovered the anchor instead.
Yeah, they go out there and they're using LiDAR, so sound and laser technology, to scan around, look like most of the island.
Yeah, I think they actually said the whole coast of the island, but when they were showing the grids, it covered a little more than half the island.
Yeah, it only looked like it was on the one side. They said they did, let's see here, 30 lines 5 meters apart, so they did north, south, and then east, west lines. Yeah. So they'd have like a grid.
Yeah, that's great.
That's intense. And that they could see up to 30 feet below the seabed. Also crazy.
Can they? I missed that part.
Okay.
I miss a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I've been preoccupied with this treasure hunt thing going through my head all day, so.
Well, you need to get back on the Oak Island mind.
I'll flip the switch.
Flip the switch. Come on. And for all you know, I'm just making these stats up.
You could be. Because I wasn't paying enough attention.
You're just agreeing with me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they said. Wait, I don't remember that. That's how you end up with a rubber pipes incident.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you wouldn't. So they think they found, so they're scanning. They think they see a straight line, a distinctive line that might be man-made, potentially. They're recording it.
That I remember.
That's good. And that it looked like it was less dense in an area. It was filled back in, and I just keep thinking, yeah, it's like a latrine underground, or it's that sandy material that we pulled up and we're all hopeful for. But who knows? Maybe that is part of it. And one of the women on the boat points out it almost looks like an anchor, like they come across another thing.
Yeah, it looks a little strange, but it didn't look like an anchor to me.
Yeah, but we're not really well-versed in anchors.
And we're not really well-versed in reading that technology.
I also didn't even know what a boat area was called. So, Yeah, I guess I don't get any credit there. But I believe if they said it almost looks like an anchor, that it almost looks like an anchor.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess. I'll take their word for it. They've probably seen a lot more anchors underwater than we have.
They did. Using their cogs technology.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that product placement there?
I did. It's a good idea.
Yeah, that Jack had a different shirt on.
Did he?
Yeah. They're in the war. See, you pay really close attention to the details, I can see.
I was listening, and I kept looking down at my phone.
And I kept saying, are you watching this?
Treasure hunts.
Flip the Oak Island switch. Come on. Anyways, he's not wearing his green shirt in the war room. He's wearing a baseball style shirt, and it says Cogs right across it. I totally want one.
You want a Cogs shirt?
I do. That's kind of cool.
Maybe I'll try to reach out to them.
Yeah.
On your behalf.
Get me a Cogs shirt. I will wear that all the time. And then people can make a Twitter about me called Deidre's Cogs shirt.
No.
No?
Yeah. Wait, so you're referring to Jack Bagley's shirt, like on Twitter?
Yeah, because... Wait, they may have to change their picture now. It's not a green shirt. Jack Bagley has a Cogs shirt.
It'll be back.
I'm sure it will be, but he was probably pretty cold, so he needed the long sleeve Cogs.
Yeah.
Total product placement there, though. That or he became best friends with the team.
Maybe.
Enough about fashion on Oak Island.
He's an honorary cog.
He's an honorary cog. Jack's cog.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That was good, but it wasn't Dan's bone good.
Oh, and the worst part is it's no longer Dan's bone. Man, total failing.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen anything else on Laird's concrete.
No, they didn't show anything about pipes in Laird's wall.
In Laird's concrete. Yeah, they sure didn't. But we did get we got a couple new exciting animations. We got the one where the oscillator almost falls into the money pit completely, and then one at the beginning showing us where everything is Miss Cove is.
That one's kind of funny.
It is really funny. It was very dramatic.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's like timber.
But I thought the whole thing was gonna fall in that sinkhole. And
yeah, I don't know that borehole. The
H8.
Yeah. What do you call the metal part? The can?
The casing?
The casing.
Yeah,
yes.
The can.
Well, it's like 150 plus feet underground, right? And it's showing it like sink and like twist. It's not like the whole thing underground is swinging out. Something's getting crushed and bent. I'm talking about in the animation. You don't think about it that deeply, do you?
You know, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think about the sinking. I just laughed at the animation because it showed it a couple times. I was like, man, that's intense. I don't think that's what happened. But they did move the excavator and whatever other equipment that night before. Yeah. They moved the oscillator, but I'm talking about the night when Charles was roaming around the island by himself and causing some trouble.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was great. But I am a little curious because Paul was out there, Charles was out there,
Doug was out there.
Everybody's out there, and Rick is just getting there. Why are they having a little party without him?
They were probably having a camp out with Maddie Blake.
You know what? They may have. I heard someone accuse this whole thing on Maddie that he was stirring up spirits in the can, so that's why this is all happening now.
Wow. Thanks, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie.
You broke Oak Island.
You broke Oak Island. Is that a thing? Can you do that? Can you break an entire island?
I don't know.
Well, apparently you can. You can with a can. Okay, so Craig has an anchor, and...
You know what's funny?
Jack has a cog.
Okay, so we haven't talked about them when they were going through the spoils from the hammer grabs.
Yes.
You know, we got Mr. Jack Bagley. We got Craig
Dirty
Tester.
Jack.
Dirty Jack, yep. We've got Gary Drayton going through the spoils, and then we have some random guy in a green shirt going through the spoils.
Showed up last week, and I was like, green shirt, get out of here.
Yeah, who are you?
There's only room for one green shirt on this show.
Yeah, right. Anyway, it was funny that Jack found something, and he's all saying, oh yeah, you know, this looks like organic material. And he's like, you better bag that. And then Craig's like,
Okay.
Okay, aye, Captain.
He almost rolls his eyes at him because we just saw the scene where they proved that it's not leather.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's a good piece of leather. Better bag and tag. He's, all right.
Yeah, that's
pretty
fun.
sure we know that's bark, but
hey,
hope you're having a good day.
You never know. It could be some more leather.
Know who would know?
The Shadow.
The Shadow knows.
I knew it. Yeah, or not.
No one's going to get my jokes. Nobody's into the Shadow.
If anybody is into the Shadow, should they like hashtag you on the Instagram?
Hashtag me on the Instagram.
Yeah, we had somebody hashtag us on the Instagram, right? Was that Johnny Utah?
No, I don't remember who.
I'm pretty sure it was Johnny Utah.
I thought that was on the Facebook.
Maybe.
Because we got someone to hashtag us on the Facebook and on the Instagram.
Okay, on the Facebook was somebody else. I'm going to look it up right now.
This is an intense moment because we were really excited that happened. Yeah. And we actually laughed hysterically and it made our day.
Yeah, I don't know how to use the Instagram, so I can't I can't pull it up.
Okay, let me just re-say that. I don't know how to use the Instagram. Everything about that proves you know nothing about Instagram.
Okay, well, that's what I said, right? So. Do
you know how to use the Facebook?
That's the one I know how to use, okay?
I don't think that's true.
I do think it's true.
Oh, man, that was good stuff. Wow. Okay, yeah, so it was Johnny Utah. It's not quicksand.
Ha!
It is quicksand.
No, it's not. The Neverending Story, the horse.
It's in quotation marks, so you're just getting quoted and then hashtag on the Instagram. What I think is Johnny Utah needs to tell us if he was only making fun of you or if he was making fun of both of us. Either way, it's hilarious, but I think he was only making fun of you. Or that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Wrong. Because he's seen the Neverending Story, okay? Apparently you haven't.
No.
Yeah, no,
I
you
have
haven't.
seen it, and it's funny because around the can, as it started to go eat away, I was like, it's quicksand! That was my first thought. And then my second thought was, I wonder if the horse is down there.
No, definitely not. Because the horse went into like some black tar pit, okay? Savvy?
Okay, it's quicksand. Yeah, on the Instagram did come from Johnny Utah, and someone else found us on the Facebook.
And I can't find that message. I guess I don't know how to use the Facebook.
You don't know how to use the Facebook? Apparently you're figuring out Twitter, though.
Yeah, kind of.
But we can't live tweet from the West Coast, which is terribly unfortunate. So you're just throwing tweets out there like, this seems relevant.
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
It was, but at the same time, I wish we could live tweet with everybody.
I think my best tweet this last week during when the Oak Island was airing on the East Coast was, I feel bad for Canadian Oak Island fans.
I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, because they have to wait till Sunday to watch. That is just a huge bummer.
That is a huge
I feel
bummer.
for y'all.
Like, this is coming from your country.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just barely
Oak Island is Canadian.
Well, yes.
So they deserve to watch the show when the rest of us watch the show. We need to start like a campaign to get them on the same schedule as America.
We need to start a campaign that we can watch it at the same time as the East Coast so that live tweeting, we can all live tweet together.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to participate in real time.
That would be awesome. Okay, we're really off topic, and I'm sure people are really just here to listen to some stuff about Oak Island, and we're really off the chain.
If you say so. You're weird. You are a strange person.
Yes, you are. Can we, or do you have anything else about this week, or can we talk about next week? Because I'm stoked.
I know you're excited. This week, we didn't even talk about Gary finding his cool nail.
Oh, yeah. Gary actually found something really exciting.
Yeah, Gary's nail.
Gary has found so many things.
Yeah, Gary has like his Bobby Dazzlers.
Yeah, he's like got Bobby Dazzlers. He's got all kinds of spikes. He's got a nail, but we've never found a nail like this before.
Yeah, almost everything in the interpretive center is Gary's finds. Not everything, but a good chunk.
Well, and this one in particular is a smaller, shorter nail, like you said, would be used for decking or planking, potentially from a pirate ship.
Maybe.
Could it be? It could be.
Sure, I suppose.
It kind of dives into this theory about so in the original money pit and the boards on different levels.
Yeah.
And them potentially being pieces of a ship.
Yeah.
And then we found pieces of a ship potentially in the swamp. And then nails coming out of the pit. Is this the first real documented account of recycling? Recycle, reduce, reuse. I feel like it's the first campaign.
That's an interesting thought. I've never considered that.
Ship in the swamp, it might only be half of a ship. Because
the other half's in the money pit?
Well, the other half is like in the money pit, or
Smith's Cove.
I was going to say being used as pieces in Smith's Cove, and there's probably something somewhere else. I don't know. Lots of recycled goods. I feel like a ship has been taken apart and used all over the island.
It could be.
It could.
I don't see any reason why that's not the case, I guess.
Why that's not a logical, plausible... Wow, I'm a poet. I didn't know. A logical, plausible, explanationable. I'm just going to make up words. Okay, next week.
And you think I'm the strange one.
You are strange because you're the one that married me.
Joke's on me, huh?
Joke's on you.
Goody. Yeah, next week on Oak Island.
Oh my gosh, how many times have I talked about the dye test?
You've been wanting a new one for a long time.
I have.
I think...
I've talked about this dye test so many times.
You talked about it ever since the time they last mentioned it on the show. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
Exactly. They're doing it.
Yeah. Did you see that red dye coming out in Smith's Cove?
I saw red dye in
Gary's
Smith's Cove.
like super stoked.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I literally, when that got over, I punched my fist in the air and went, yeah!
Yeah.
Because that was my favorite thing ever. I can't wait. We see a drone coming overhead, so we know we're going to get some aerial shots of where the red dye comes out.
Heck yeah.
And we see Rick say if this happens, he may be a believer.
I think Rick's a believer already.
We see Marty say he will be a believer.
Yeah, so if they can't dig on H8 anymore, maybe they will just refocus some efforts on the area between Smith's Cove and the money pit to see if they can find the box drains, like, the flood tunnels, I mean.
Maybe they'll follow Gary's idea of the Glory Road. Maybe it just means it is time to come at it from a different angle for a little bit, and then we'll get back to it eventually.
Sure. Yeah, that's exciting.
I am so excited, and it seems very fitting that it's red dye. Yeah, we're bleeding the Templars here, and we have, what is that, Cinnabon stuff that's red. So that's
Cinnabar.
Sorry. No cinnamon rolls. Cinnabar.
Oh my goodness.
Cinnamon roll.
You guys
ink.
See what I live with and what I have to put up with? Like, legit.
You are so lucky.
Yeah. I still believe that.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I put up with you too.
Is there anything else in the preview for next week?
Yes.
What?
We see a return of one of our favorite characters.
Uh-oh.
Billy's back.
Billy.
You see Billy turn on the pump, and then it's
and
then you
chaos.
See everything goes sideways. There's a kink or a twist in the road. Turn it off.
And then you see Marty running.
Yep.
It's like, whoa.
Billy probably is just like, all right, and he flips it off, but whatever. We see Billy's back, and he's ready to turn on the pump. Billy is my hero.
I know.
I heart Billy.
I know you do.
Of course.
We'll have a special spot for Billy.
Yes. Billy's the man.
Hey, he gets work done.
He does. And that's probably why Marty likes him, because he's like, get back to work. And he's already working.
He's like, I'm here, boss.
Here, I'm here. Click.
Yeah.
Anything else for next time you're excited about? Because I totally just steamrolled you on my excitement.
I'm excited for what you're excited about. Whatever my wife is excited about, I'm excited about. Yay.
That's not true. He's not always excited about what I'm excited about. Don't let him fool you, ladies. Sometimes I have to twist his arm.
Sometimes I have to twist your arm.
Nobody twists my arm.
I'll put you in.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Does that even work right there?
No, you're weird. You're a strange person. You are a strange person.
Oh, that's terribly unfortunate.
Go back to the Instagram, okay?
Go back. Okay, it says someone that doesn't even know how to use the Facebook.
I do too.
He even admitted that on the air.
That's like my primary form of communications these days.
That is true. You don't even know how to text anymore. You just use the Facebook.
It's way better.
You're
Facebook Messenger is far superior to text messaging.
Oh, man. Now you are just opening a can of worms.
It's far superior.
No, people...
I don't know why anybody would use text messaging anymore.
People are going to start unfollowing us for you saying things like that.
No, they won't.
Oh, they will. And they're going to be like, sorry, we can't be friends.
Hey, do you want to tell people that they need to resubscribe to us on Spotify? Is that a thing?
We definitely need to chat about that. Couple issues here. Technical issues. I'm sure most of them are my fault. But here's the deal. If you subscribe to us on Spotify, there are 69 of you, which is up from the 66 from a couple days ago.
69, dude.
Okay.
Excellent.
Out of the 69 of you, you are getting this episode this week. But I'm going to change. We have to change something on there, which means that you will have to resubscribe, re-find us for that next week. So this is your last one on Spotify.
Wow, giving them a real ultimatum.
Really, we will warn you on the Facebook and on the Instagram when that change happens so that you can resubscribe on Spotify. So you'll have this one this week, but you will have to resubscribe. I am sorry. And I am currently working on fixing whatever is going on with the Google Podcast app. I know some of you listen on there. For some reason, the newest episode is not uploading, which means you're probably also not getting this one. I've already reached out to Google, and it's a work in progress, trying to figure out what's going on, and hopefully within the next couple days, that'll get fixed. Keep an eye out for it. I promise we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to listen, even when we are painful over here.
If you have an issue, worst case scenario, you can now find us and all of our episodes on YouTube.
That's true.
That's a real easy app to just play whatever. So.
Yeah. And because we're not well versed in YouTube,
all there is our logo on the screen if you're going to watch it.
It's connected through our RSS feed. It's how it's supposed to be.
But I mean, you get the sound. It's still trying to play video too, which is just our logo.
It is on the YouTube.
Yes.
So
we're on the YouTube.
Keep an eye out in all the places.
Yeah. Is that like just youtube.com/Oak Island Podcast?
No, because you have to have X amount of subscribers and videos before they'll give you like a custom handle.
Oh, well, people need to subscribe to our YouTube page.
I guess that would work.
So we can make that happen.
Yeah, so if you do that and watch a bunch of stuff, that Full House one is on there.
Yeah, that would be, if you want to just look us up under Oak Island Full House, you can find that. That's like the top video with that search result. But you could also just type in Oak Island Podcast and find us on YouTube.
So
where else can they find us? Or wait, no, we're not quite there yet. We still have
Yeah, you need to calm down.
We got to have that clot-worthy moment, right?
Speaking of, what about our not clot-worthy
moment? Right. It was a not clot-worthy moment.
From last week, we had two different ones because we didn't have Robert Clotworthy narrating.
Well, we had a quote from Dave Blankenship and one from Maddie Blake.
And your options were to either find the boogeyman or not find the boogeyman.
That is the question.
What one?
Well, it was another landslide.
We're not very good at this.
Yeah, well, there's just one that's way better than the rest, I guess, usually with these things.
I guess.
It was 70% to 30%.
Okay.
And everybody wanted to go and find that boogeyman.
Let's find the boogeyman.
Yeah, we found him. He's in H8. He's eating the island.
Oh, great. So is this Dave Blankenship's fault?
Well, he's looking for the boogeyman. He's actively pursuing the search for the boogeyman.
Dang. And then there was like that clang in the bottom of H8.
Yeah, sometimes you get what you ask for, and that was a bad idea.
This is bad.
Very bad.
No more boogeyman finding.
Yeah, boogeyman, go away.
Okay, so this week.
We have more Do we have legit, actual clot-worthy moments?
We have actual clot-worthy moments.
Perfect.
Okay. The first one is...
Metal slag.
Metal slag. Because Dan's bone is no longer Dan's bone.
It'd be funny if you said Dan slag.
So the next one is...
Cinnabar.
Really?
Yeah, like Cinnabon, Cinnabar, woo woo.
That was the second best?
Why wouldn't it be? What would you have picked?
I know there was one that was longer. I like the longer ones.
I don't like the longer ones.
Well, you pick them, so anyway.
We're way off topic here.
No, we're not. We're talking about the plot-worthy moments. That's on topic, you weirdo.
Okay, so plot-worthy moments, we've cleared that up. We should also clear up the fact that Joan Fox got a hold of us.
Yes, she is a big winner.
Which means, sorry guys, we're not redrawing for the book. We're sending it out to Joan.
Yes, we got her address. She lives in Canada.
Well, don't tell them her address.
I said, okay, is Canada an address? So go find Joan Fox in Canada and do what? Like
intercept the book.
Yeah, good luck with that. I didn't even say what city she was in.
Okay, you're really narrowing down her location. I don't want people bothering Joan. Poor Joan. Joan's book.
So it's Joan's book?
It's Joan's book. Because, well, I mean,
it's like we have Laird's Wall.
No, we have Laird's Concrete.
Billy's Wall.
And
Joan's book. And she's going to get it in the mail, hopefully soon. I don't know how long it takes to get through customs.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But we will get another book or some other sort of fun thing to give away in the near future.
Yes, in the near future. Maybe a dye test. Just some dye.
You're being really weird today.
You're being weird.
Hey, hashtag Deidre's weird.
Hashtag you're lame.
Okay. At least my name's not connected to that.
Hashtag Dustin's lame?
No. Okay, that ship has sailed, okay?
Oh, bother.
Anyway.
It is super loud today. I see why we record at night.
Yeah. So yeah, go to Twitter and Facebook to vote for the Clotworthy moment.
Go to your Twitter page.
Yeah. We forgot to say that. My bad. I know we had already moved past it. I didn't say go to the Twitter page, you dummy. You're the one that said it that time.
You wanted to. Oh my gosh.
Go to Facebook and Twitter and vote.
You can't complain if you don't vote.
That's right. We had lots of votes this last week, and we hope for a whole bunch more this week. And
Correctamundo.
And that's that.
And that is that.
All right. So how do people get a hold of us if they want to contact us?
I'm pretty sure we've already told them, but you can get a hold of us on the Facebook at Oak Island Podcast. You can find us on Instagram
the Instagram.
On the Instagram at Oak Island Podcast. You can find us on the Twitter at...
No, that's the Twitter page.
Oh, sorry. On the Twitter page at Oak Island Pod.
That's right. And you can email us at oakislandpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep, there's a theme here.
Yes, and we did receive an email earlier this week with somebody talking to us that lives in Tennessee to look for this treasure. I haven't got back to you yet. I apologize, but we'll be getting back to you shortly. It would be great if we can, help each other find a treasure. It'd be awesome. So.
Be fantabulous.
Yes. Fantiferific.
So, until next time.
Could it be?
Everything is your fault. You realize that, right?